Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart from this world. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. He showed how perfect his love was. He loved them to the end. These are the words that open the story of the Last Supper as told by John in this evening's Gospel. And it's very clear that John believes the final moments, the final days of Jesus are all about love. This supper and his cruel death on the cross, they're all about love. A love which is prepared to give everything until the very last breath, when Jesus' final words will be, "It is accomplished." The greatest gift of love that God could ever have given us was by sending his Son to become a human being like us, to teach us, to show us how to love, and then to endure such an awful death and agony on the cross, to show such humility, to show that above all he wanted to serve. "I give you a new commandment," he told his friends at the Last Supper. "Love one another as I have loved you." And then he knelt down and began to wash their feet. It was a ritual washing, of course, but Jesus turned it into a teaching moment. He put aside his outer garment, he wrapped the towel round his waist, he took a basin, and he started to wash the feet of his disciples. Now that was a job which is the one done by the lowliest of servants in the house, to wash the dirty and dusty and probably smelly feet of the guests, so that they could relax during their meal. That's why Simon Peter said, "No way, Lord, you're not going to wash my feet." "But if I don't," said Jesus, "you won't understand. You and I can have nothing in common. If I, your Lord and Master, wash your feet, how much more should you wash each other's feet?" I've always felt challenged by those words and by those actions of Jesus at the Last Supper, that very profound incident. It makes me wonder, could I ever love people and serve others the way Jesus did? His example challenges me to really look out for those who are in need of help or in need of charity, those who need a comforting word or encouragement. It also makes me look at the world with the eyes of Jesus and realize how much I have that I really take for granted. I have access to education, to a warm home, to clean clothes, to good food, to friends and family and people who love me and care for me. I think it's so important for us to realize that there are many, many people out there in the world who do not have what we can take for granted. And Jesus says, love them. I give you a new commandment, he says. Love one another as I have loved you. And how much he loved us. He loved us so much that he was prepared to go to death for us. We are all called as disciples of Jesus to serve with love and humility our brothers and sisters. One way, which is quite difficult, is to consider how we might forgive someone. How we might forgive maybe a past grudge that we've carried for years. To wash someone's feet in the sense of forgiving them humbly. Pope Benedict once said, "The debt for which Lord pardoned us is infinitely greater than all the debts that others can owe us." Holy Thursday exhorts us not to allow resentment towards others to become a poison in the depths of our soul. It urges us to purify our memory constantly, forgiving one another wholeheartedly, washing one another's feet, so that we can go into the banquet of God together. When the time came for him to depart this life, Jesus loved to the end. He showed perfect love. Quite a challenge.